This segment is brought to you by Air Canada. Fly non-stop from Sydney and Brisbane to Vancouver and connect to more than 100 destinations across North America. Book now at aircanada.com.
The phrase once in a lifetime gets thrown around a lot, but I'm literally in the middle of a once in a lifetime experience. Meters from bears, feasting on salmon in the wild. Amazing. It's a truly remarkable experience at Great Bear Lodge in Canada's British Columbia. G'day, Tom.
How you doing?
Very good. Now, you've been our guide for this trip. I've got all the gear on with no idea. What are we doing today?
We're going to head out into the estuary and lower river and see what we can find.
Oh, sounds exciting. Should I jump on board?
Please do.
Let's go. Pretty impressive, isn't it? When you're in this boat, you're just surrounded by these mountains, Tom.
Yeah, it's a spectacular wilderness.
So how does it work with the bears around here, Tom? Where are they coming out? All directions, are we thinking, or what are we looking for?
All directions. And they do swim across the river. That's a sure sign that the bear is comfortable with you. Like initially, the bears would not swim anywhere near us. They would run way down the river and then swim across.
Yep.
Now they just will kind of look at you, and basically they're saying, I'm coming across to watch the current.
Yeah.
And they just hop in and swim right by.
If you find a mother bear with the cub, if she spotted us trying to take that cub away?
Not necessarily. It all depends on the individual bear. A lot of the mothers with cubs use us for security. If there's other bears, sometimes they will come to us. Like up at the viewing stand, sometimes bears, they just swim over and park beside us because they're like, oh, it's getting too busy out here. I'm coming over by you guys.
Wow.
It's really an interesting phenomenon, and it's quite widespread.
That's just so fascinating, that whole cycle with that salmon, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Just entrenched in them.
Yeah, tremendous drive. I mean, they are crazy tough animals.
It's like a balanced ecosystem, yeah?
It is. The ocean environment is far richer than the freshwater environment.
Okay.
So that's why salmon evolved to go out there. And as a result, they bring in all this protein, this nitrogen, and the bears do an excellent job of literally taking the fish out of the river and depositing them into the forest.
Yeah.
And those fish just rot. And of course, through, feces and the body of the bear, eventually it dies and gets absorbed into the environment.
Yep.
And it is all riding on the backs of those salmon.
That is the circle of life, literally.
It is. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. You'd never get bored of this. It's literally heaven on earth. Just beautiful. While it might be tempting to think like a bear and scoop up a wild salmon and cook it up for lunch, as we know, these ones are coming to the end of their life, so they're not going to be very tasty. But lucky for us, Eddie, the chef at Great Bear Lodge, well, he's got us covered. How are you, mate?
Hi, Adam. Welcome to Great Bear Lodge.
Thank you very much. Now, you're a French chef. How long have you been working here for?
This is my 5th season.
But what are we cooking today?
We're cooking spring salmon. So we have a simple marinade that has olive oil, balsamic vinegar.
Now, what does every Canadian dish need?
Maple syrup.
Yes, I love that.
We're moving on to mustard seeds. We've got salt, garlic.
Is this a favourite amongst guests?
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a showpiece dinner for our guests. Chipotle pepper and black pepper.
Ooh.
You want to do it?
No, I'll do the honours. All right, so that's done. Eddie, what's next, mate?
Yeah, let's marinate the fish.
Beautiful. Oh, how good do they look? Oh, goodness gracious me, so I just tip it all over?
Yeah, just pour it over.
How long do we have to leave them marinating for?
You can leave it for a couple hours,
Yep.
up to like a whole day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and just let that flavour really sink in.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, but for us, we obviously don't have that time, so what are we going to do next?
We're gonna put the salmon on the plank and then put the plank on the barbecue.
Plank? What are you talking about, plank? What have you got there, mate?
We've got this nice plank of alder wood.
Now, I'm not much of a cook, but now you're talking my language, mate. I love working with wood. Yeah, so what's the benefit of using this?
It's gonna allow the fish to cook nice and slow,
Yeah.
and it's gonna infuse it with a bit of smoke from the wood.
All right, and how are we cooking it?
We're gonna cook it for 20 to 30 minutes
Yeah,
at 400 degrees.
400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
So that's 200 degrees at home.
River runs through the Crowwood, under the bridge where the saints stood. Cut our hearts in the limestone carvings. Beautiful.
Oh, Eddie, that smells so good. It looks amazing. And it was so simple, yeah?
Yeah, very simple.
Fantastic. Now, unfortunately, our time here at the Great Bear Lodge has come to an end. So I've got to say, Marg and Tom, thank you so much for sharing this experience with me and all our viewers at home. It's been absolutely spectacular.
It was our pleasure. It
That's-
really was.
Now, on our way home, I'm going to be stopping off at a little town called Port Hardy, which has a rich First Nations history, and learning all about that. But that's coming up a little later on. For now, what do you reckon, Indy? Time to eat? Let's get into it, guys.
I will always love you.